Well, good morning, and this is a pleasure to be able to provide the first semi-formal video training module to the new members and business partners committee. I hope it is productive. We'll take a tour through the non-members database. Fasten your seatbelts. Here we go for a ride. Okay, we'll start at the members home page. We'll go to the control panel. We'll click on the people choice. We'll go to people manager, and you'll notice that the members checkbox, or the little circle there, has a check in it for members. We're going to be working today with the non-members database, so we'll click on non-members. And just to get a sense as to what the long list of non-members looks like, I like to kind of just do a global search. When we click down here without specifying anybody in the filter fields, we'll get the entire collection of non-members, which totals at this time 473 people, and there's 10 pages of information. We can go advance one page at a time, or we can put our mouse in here and click and just pick any one of these pages, and it will go to that page. And all I really want to do here is show you what these icons look like. And basically, we've got a whole collection of different non-members who have either added themselves to the database one way or another, or signed up for one of our events. The pencil, like we see elsewhere in Club Express, is a editing field. We can come in here and populate or view information on the member. And you'll notice, I should have said non-member. You'll notice this is fairly simple. It's basically fundamental contact information for the person. And of course, we love to have the email address in here, and we like to have phone numbers, which is how we can get to these people. We don't really need to do anything here with this right now, but down the road we may use this "How did you hear about us" field, where we can collect on the drop down, and we can select one of these "How did you hear about us" values. That will help us sort or distinguish different non-members from others. And so the full functionality of that is yet to be determined. But I just wanted to show you what the data table looked like. When we click on the second item, we get to see different mailing list categories. This small type that might be hard for you to read, but it says select the mailing categories for this person. We can define various additional or unique mailing list categories to utilize when we're trying to make contact with different types of members. More on how we want to use this later, but for right now, that value is there, and some of the non-members in the database have data in their mailing list categories. Many do not. Not consequential at the moment. Good that you just know about it. The next icon is where we can, when we get to this point, use the charge or credit for values having to do with maybe a paid event that they want to go to, or maybe merchandise if we ever get into the merchandise area. And so that's the third icon that we looked at here. The fourth one has to do with notes on the particular member, which we may want to use when we're making phone calls and get information on anybody who might ultimately be a tour operator hiring guides, or a member who might join at some point. So we can record call notes in that field. The next one over is a report section, and this will print out a canned invoice. At the moment, we're not using this functionality. I won't bother going in there, but that's what that icon is for. And then the last one is more options. This is interesting. the system keeps track of what any either member or non-member does, and so we can go in after the fact and see what anybody had done on transactions, payments, what events they'd been to, volunteering, and all of these items. When we have duplicate items or members, we can merge them into one file to get rid of some of the duplicates, and in this case we may end up dropping some members, and this is where this value would be here. So that's the very far right hand icon. So all of these icons are ways that we can use to clean up the database. But there's some other options that we can use as well. We come over here to the non-member options box here. We click on that box and it gives us a couple of choices. How did they hear about it? We can do a search on those values that we saw earlier. We can use the cleanup tools. I'll come back to that in a moment. And we can import non-members. When we do the Guides for Hire cleanup on the Guides for Hire spreadsheet, we will be doing deletions on that spreadsheet to get a clean collection of Guides for Hire candidates to bring into the non-member database. And we can do it all in one fell swoop for all those people when we use this functionality. For now, more immediately, we can use the cleanup tools, and that brings up a dialog box called Cleanup Tasks, and we can select any one of these choices here on this side and get a report. The one that might be most useful to begin with is to find the duplicates by email address. We can click Go. Actually, I ran that report and it seems like it saved it. And so this shows us all of the individuals who have duplicate email addresses. Now it's interesting, Linda Reynolds is in here. We can click on the eyeball for Linda Reynolds and we see that we've got multiple names here. My guess is that these are guests that Linda might have invited to any one of our events or virtual presentations. And the system does require that if somebody's inviting a guest or bringing a guest, that they populate it with a name and an email address and a phone number. So that's how these come in here. They're all using the same email address. We don't, unless any of these are going to be potentially a member, in which case we would want to change the email address here. We can merge them into one. So if we wanted to just for all three of these, we could click this top box that selects all three, and we could merge the three into one if it was appropriate. Now, Linda knows the details on this. We may end up deleting all three of these, in which case we would use the delete the selected items. And I think that really kind of walks us through most of the functionality tools in this in this non-member database module. Let's see if there's anything else we missed here. Normally we won't be using the add non-member manually. We want the other people to we want the member themselves to be populating all of their data, and these fields here refer to actual members of the guild, and that's not part of the discussion for us at this time. So I think that in summary covers the non-member database. We'll return to the previous page and consider this a completion of our first training session. Thanks ever so much for your time. And the postscript to this video is to encourage you to, on your own, just go in and follow the same steps that we did. Basically, you learn these systems by allowing your eyeballs to revisit screens multiple times, and ultimately we can absorb. And trust me, I know how challenging it is sometimes to figure it all out because there's so much on there. There's just no way to do it slam bam thank you ma'am the first time around. So feel free to go in and explore, and we'll see you at the next meeting. Talk to you later. Thanks again. Bye. At the next lesson.